Hi, I'm Olivia with Good Life Property Management, and today we're going to go over squatters' rights in California. Squatters can be a landlord's worst nightmare, but by staying informed and taking preventative measures, you can avoid this kind of situation. Squatting, in the simplest of terms, is when someone moves into a property and takes possession even though it's not theirs. They're typically there without the owner's knowledge, and sometimes it can even be a tenant that used to live in the property but is supposed to have vacated. You might be wondering, what's the difference between squatting and trespassing? Well, trespassing is considered a criminal offense. Squatting is usually considered a civil matter. So typically, on occasion, when you call the police to notify them of squatters or trespassing, they will come assess the situation and determine if it is trespassing and then proceed with an arrest or process for eviction, anything like that. If they deem it a civil matter, then you'll need to contact your attorney immediately. Either way, you should be contacting your attorney, whether the police deem it trespassing or squatting. So California has some of the most lenient laws for squatters in the entire country. So typically, if you come to the home, encounter squatters, they might claim what they call, and what some landlords call, squatters' rights. This is typically referring to the legal term of adverse possession, which is how they attempt to claim possession of the vacant property. In California, there are 4 requirements that squatters have to meet to claim adverse possession. Number 1 is hostile. This means that the squatter knows the property is not theirs or has no regard for the original property owner, and they claim it as their own property. Second is actual possession. This is when they take care of the property as if it is their own, meaning they likely are paying property taxes, associated bills, and things like that. Third is open and notorious possession. This means that their occupancy cannot be hidden from surrounding neighbors or anyone coming to the property. They're openly acting as if the property is their own. And lastly, exclusive and continuous possession. This means that the squatter is not sharing occupancy with other parties, and they're occupying the property for a continuous period, which in California has to be a minimum of 5 years uninterrupted. If they were previously a tenant at the property, the 5 years starts once their tenancy ends. You might be wondering why these adverse possession laws exist and why a squatter is able to lay claim to a property that is not theirs. Simply put, the government would rather have someone taking care of and maintaining a property over a vacant one to prevent waste. So here's what you can do if you find squatters at your property. Like mentioned previously, you'll likely want to call the police just to see if it is a trespassing issue or a civil issue. Once they make that distinction, you'll at least have a record with them of the incident. In either case, you're going to want to consult your attorney to see what the best next steps are. In regards to what you can't do, you can't cut the utilities or electricity, you cannot threaten them, and you cannot attempt to remove them yourself. At the very least, it's a sticky situation, and at the worst, it's a dangerous one, and can also have serious legal implications. The best thing you can do to prevent the possibility of squatters is to make sure that you're the one paying your property taxes and stopping by the property fairly often to make sure that no one has entered it without your permission. By doing these 2 things, you're able to prevent them from claiming adverse possession, and you'll make sure that your home is still in good condition while vacant. If you don't live in the area, you can always hire a property management company, as they typically will stop by their vacant properties every now and then to make sure that there is no trespassers or squatters. Additionally, if you own rental property, make sure you look into your state laws regarding adverse possession and squatters' rights. At the very least, you'll be informed should this situation occur. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave us a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.